Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. And back by popular demand, Marshall. Good to have you back, buddy. Team MitoQ.
It's good to be back.
And because you're rocking a Insta360 camera, we can actually turn this vantage point around and see that you're not wearing your normal MitoQ jersey. What jersey is this?
This is the Gritty Award. I got it the night before for crashing.
That's why you're bandaged up, too. It's always rough
Yeah.
coming back into high-stakes racing after a crash. You don't quite have the confidence. I'm going to do a little foreshadowing here because that's maybe how this race is going to play out for you. We have a lot to cover, though. This is an exciting course. This, of course, is Stage 2 of Chicago Grit. This is Glen Ellen. Tour of Lake Ellen, I think, is the official name. It's a super fun course. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But first, your teammate already, lap number 1. We're not even like halfway through the first lap. Launching an attack. And who's he followed by? These are the same two from yesterday, right?
He's Robin Carpenter's following him, the break that went yesterday.
So, like, the field's not going to be okay with this. And, of course, you're just, like, on the brakes. You're just, like, slowing down. You're like, yes, let my teammate get away. Obviously, successful breakaway rider. He's doing the same thing as he did the day before to success.
Yeah, this is a perfect situation. I'm just soft pedaling on the front.
And so let's talk about this course for a second. So we're approaching one of the main features here. This is a hairpin. It's like 2 corners, but it's just one apex, right? It's like a proper. It's not really a crit. It's like a circuit race or something. These are 2.3 kilometer laps, give or take, which is probably around twice as long as most crit courses, maybe even a little bit more than twice as long. So it's got some unique features. It's got that hairpin. It's got a couple of these chicanes. It's got this final left-hander, which is treacherous. I've raced this in the rain before. It was completely terrifying, this final corner especially, because it's just kind of off camber and a little bit weird when you go wide. These Midwestern roads are kind of crowned, and they can be deceptively difficult, but already, like, Corey and everybody who missed this lead group with your teammate already chasing lap number 1. And how's your confidence level coming off of a crash?
I was feeling a bit my ego hurt. My ego was definitely a little bit hurt, but yeah, my confidence definitely took a bit of a hit after that crash.
It's like people look at the stuff on the surface, right? They look at the road rash, they look at the bruising, they look at the torn jersey, and that's really the small part, the small consequence of a crash. It hurts, it stings, it's whatever, it's inconvenient. It can hurt your performance, but really the big thing that hurts your performance is your confidence is shot after a crash like that. And you just don't quite take corners the same speed. And I think we're going to see a little bit of that from you in this race. And fortunately, you do get it back in the days to come. This is a 10-race series. But as we're talking, your teammate's been brought back. And one teammate countering, another one sitting at the front blocking. Must be nice to have all this strength in such a strong team. In fact, he's going to do one better. Looks like he's going to try to follow his teammate up the road and go for like a team time trial. Like, you guys are really confident in this field, huh?
Yeah, bit of a 2-man time trial they're trying to do, but I don't think it really worked out how we had planned. We kind of tried to plan something like that because it's really hard to get away on these courses, like, by yourself, unless it's the last couple laps. But yeah, so we kind of tried to plan to do a couple 2-up attacks, but
it looks like you're over a 3-up attack. I mean, now you're trying to follow it too. Like, you guys are really motivated to stack a breakaway. I mean, the fitness is good, confidence is good after you guys' success at Toad. It's looking really strong.
Yeah. We came in with high expectations after Toad and Indy, and yeah, just tried to really animate the race as best as possible.
Oh, and here's this chicane that we talked about earlier that is really easy to get wrong, and you get it a little bit wrong right here. You just don't hit that right apex, and as a result, Monk up here in the yellow jersey took maybe 1 or 2 miles an hour more than you, and it doesn't seem like much, and honestly, it's not much if you don't have a keen eye for these sorts of things. But, like, you had to do 1,000 watts right there, right? Monk probably didn't break 500 through that corner. You had to do 1,000, and that really adds up over the course of a 75-minute crit. Were you feeling less than confident in these corners? Because it doesn't look like you were taking them at the same rate of speed as the day before.
No, I was definitely grabbing brakes a bit harder than I wanted to, which then resulted on having to do 1,000 watts out of them, or Yeah, a lot of 1,000-watt sprints out of corners.
But the timing here looks pretty good when you see somebody attacking on the right, carrying all the speed. This is the slingshot attack I've been talking about. And you're going to follow this one. I mean, you're not quite in the draft yet, but but we're approaching that wiggly kind of chicaney section. And let's see. Oh yeah, I think you do get a lot better. Oh yeah, you're hitting apexes here. You carried a lot more speed that time. Already, it looks like you're getting this course figured out. I mean, now that I said that, you're doing 1,000 or 1,100 watts, but that was really just like almost unavoidable. I don't think you scrubbed off unnecessary speed through that corner. But man, it looked like a really hard first few laps of this course.
Yeah, this was definitely a hard start to the race, I'd say.
And we fast forward a little bit more. Again, another Legion rider, kind of same thing, different part of the course. Just like a few hundred meters later, and you got a teammate up there, man.
Yeah, I how do we look back? There was a bit of a gap, so I'm not really giving anyone a free ride, but I kind of just tried to stack the breakaway as best as possible. Maybe shouldn't have chased the teammate down because I'm not actually in the bunch at this point. I'm kind of no man's land, so it's like I'm not giving anyone a free ride.
Well, you have this one rider behind you, by the way, just the one. And I'm curious what happens if you just stop pedaling and flick your elbow. Like, is he going to come around and finish the job? Because if he is, then that's what you should have done. If he looks at you and you look at him, you guys play a game of chicken, then he's on the hook to chase it back because he doesn't have any teammates up there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know who that rider is behind you either. Maybe he's
could be a teammate.
Maybe it's not somebody. Yeah, maybe he's going to do the same thing as you. You guys look at each other, and then the group gets away. But I understand the motivation to stack a breakaway. I mean, this is supreme confidence. I would say, for those listening, 99 times out of 100 don't chase teammates. But if you're trying to stack a breakaway and you have the horses to back it up, then this is the way that you have to do it. You maybe have to drag somebody along with you when you don't necessarily need to, right? Because you already have somebody in the break.
If you want to have sour teammates after a race, just chase them down. Chase them down.
Yeah, I was trying to sugarcoat it a little bit, but I would have not been chasing teammates in that situation. I would have made sure that the guy behind me was doing all of the work. I want to take a minute to thank Insta360 for supporting the channel. You guys know I've been a big fan of their products. The X4 last year, and now their new X5 flagship, which takes it even further, making content like this possible. If you're curious how I get these kinds of shots, I'll drop links to everything you need for my mounting setup. It's been through a lot of trial and error, but this version really does work. And for daytime filming, I highly recommend their new neutral density filters. These are the ND16s, and they don't just add a nice pop of color, they also create some subtle motion blur that makes the footage just feel way more cinematic. I actually made a full video on getting the most out of your action camera, so if you want to go a little deeper, I'll link that in the description as well. Thanks again, Insta360. Now back to the race. Yeah, just a few hundred meters later, I mean, here's two of your teammates on the left attacking in tandem. This is like, you almost never see this. This is, again, just showing that you guys are not content having one rider in a breakaway. That's not good enough. You have to have several riders. Doesn't matter if you're chasing teammates. Doesn't matter if you're bringing somebody with you. Stacking breakaway seems to be the plan. Is this something you guys talk about before the race, or is this just like the general plan for racing as a team?
Yeah, we definitely talked about like the ratios that we need to have. If there's a 5-person break, we typically want to have 2 in it, but like if there's a 3-person break, we have to have 1. If we have none, then that's just typical. Like you need to have a guy up there. But we definitely talk about the ratios and percentages of the amount of people we need to have in groups for it to work out, and we definitely try to stack it as best as possible. And
the field's still together, but it's been a wild first few laps. Now this is cool. This is your teammate Keegan coming right by you, and he's like, follow. Like you guys are so good at just controlling the pace of this field, just really dictating every move. I mean, he comes by you attacking, saying follow, and that's exactly what you're doing. And good on you, by the way, for looking back right here. It's cool that we can use the 360 camera now, this technology, to see what's going on. And you have a gap, so this time you don't even have to bring not even a single rider with you. You're following your teammate, but he attacked hard, and I haven't seen him look back, but he definitely made it clear that he wanted you to come with. And again, this is another one of these like 2-up team time trial attacks. Now he looks back, he sees that you're about to come on, and but you're having to do 600 plus watts. He was motivated, huh?
Yeah, he was definitely ripping, and he put me on a bit of a gap, but no one came with us for a while, and yeah, bit of a two-man break. It didn't really come to anything, but
well, you know,
it looked cool.
No, I disagree, and we're going to see what it came to here in a couple of kilometers. But before we get there, what's really amazing, this is such a rare scenario where you have, like, you know, a teammate, and only a teammate in a breakaway. You are not concerned in the slightest about getting counterattacked. You're not concerned about people skipping poles, right? This is like the best possible breakaway you can have because it's your teammate. Like, you guys are extra motivated to help each other no matter the cost. Yeah, I mean, it didn't stay away. You guys didn't stay away to the finish, but if we fast forward, you guys stayed away long enough to where this field just is shredded. And if we look at the remainder of the group, the series of attacks and counterattacks, and finally this one with you and your teammate Keegan has reduced this field down to, like, this front group was something like 25 riders, I want to say, 30 riders maybe. So already tons of damage on this course. And like I said before, don't sleep on Lake Ellen. Like, this is a deceptively tricky course. There's not many places where you can get proper rest.
No, it's hard to find rest during this course.
And this leads beautifully into a key moment in the race right there. These two riders attacking on the right, that's Alec Cohen and your teammate James. Which James is it?
This is James Wilson. That's James is following the Alec attack.
And that's a key moment that I'm glad you captured because good job dodging that bottle, by the way. Going over that little roundabout, it's a funny thing. Some people like to go over it, some people like to go around it. But before I lose my train of thought, James following Alec's attack, that is Legion and MitoQ off the front, which doesn't leave a whole lot back in this, like we said, severely reduced field of maybe 25 riders that are left to chase. Either they're too tired to do anything about it, or they have run out of teammates and firepower to do a proper chase on the front and bring that back. So that ends up staying away for the duration of this race, although there will be a little bit of a reshuffle. That's one of the key moments in the race that's going to dictate what the finishing composition looks like. And so with that lead breakaway gone, up the road, gaining time, they ended up with something like 25, 30 seconds. Really, for the next, like, 8 or 10 kilometers, it was just chaos. Shit goes down because everyone started to see the writing on the wall, like, this breakaway is getting further and further away from us. So you can see people launching, would you say, Marshall, absolute haymakers? And this isn't a surprise. Because when you have no other teammates and you're looking around and you're like, nobody's chasing, it's just me, the monkey brain kicks in. And you're like, I cannot drag this field with me. I have to do it solo. But if you really think about it, trying to solo bridge like a 25, 30-second gap by yourself to somebody like Alec Cohen and James up the road is mission impossible. So what'll end up happening is, as you can see, these attacks go into the abyss, they get brought back, somebody counters, and like I said, shit goes down. And that's really what marked the next 8 or 10 kilometers of this race. And this chasing peloton really broke by the time they called the crowd preem, which had accumulated $2,000. That was them calling it right there. And if you're like, what did they say? That's what Marshall is thinking too. Wait a second, is the $2,000 crowd preem for the breakaway or the field? Do we even know at this point? Like, several days later, do we know, Marshall?
This was for the peloton, but that was something that we didn't know. We had a guy in the break, and for the years prior, it's been first person across the line wins the preem. But for this year, they decided to give it to the peloton, and because everyone's screaming and hyping up the race, we couldn't hear anything. So we kind of were just under the impression that it's to the break.
Yeah, I'd have done the same, and yeah, the 360 camera picks up good audio, and I sitting here in a desk chair couldn't understand what they were saying or who the preem is for. They didn't make that exactly clear. And if we fast forward a little bit, there is clearly a contingent of this chasing group that is under the impression that it's for the field. So they're going to go absolutely crazy here with about a half a lap to go, which means that they're probably a kilometer away from that $2,000 cash preem, which is weird. It's not at the finish line. It's a little bit weird. It's on the back side of the course. And you have a teammate up there. You have a teammate in the lead group, which is still like 20 to 30 seconds up the road. So you're in this kind of weird no man's land. Like, you want to be part of this group up ahead, but you don't want to kill yourself doing it. Now here's a teammate coming past you with some speed. So now you're even less motivated to chase. But you're thinking, what am I doing here, right? Like, am I going for a preem? Am I trying to stack this chase group? There's a lot of confusion at this point in the race.
Yeah, it's do I sit up and let this go, or what do I do? But I made the split decision call to try and chase it, and then I was like, well why am I chasing this?
Yeah, exactly. And then you look back right here and you realize, why am I chasing? These other people behind me should be. I'm not chasing teammates. So you come off the power. You're doing you're still doing 500 watts, but this is up a little climb, and you're gonna really come off the power here. And dude, you guys need to chase this. And that's exactly what they start doing. I think this rider's gonna come around you in a second. That was the preem lap, by the way. And a teammate comes, but followed by kind of the dregs here of the chasing group, and it is just kind of every man for themselves at this point. The fact that they called this $2,000 preem so late in the race. This is another Kiwi, right?
Yeah, this is Nick. He's trying to get across to the move. That I kind of opened the gap to.
Right.
Sorry, Nick.
But you're looking for a free ride, so you'll jump in his draft. And yeah, this is just such a weird moment in the race because nobody really knows. There's riders getting dropped.
That's the guy that won the preem.
Okay. Oh, well, good for him. At least he got dropped and he made $2,000. But you have two teammates in chase group number 1. You're sitting here at the front of chase group number 2, and then you have, of course, your teammate James in the very lead group of this race. So it's like you guys are in race winning positions, and it's just such a weird finish to this race. Unfortunately for you, Marshall, your countryman here in front of you does not make it, and we will not see the front of this race again. Fortunately for us viewers, I put a camera on your teammate Sam's bike. Let's pop over to his perspective. Okay, so over to Sam's camera. Now, this race is completely blown to pieces. There must be 10 groups on course right now. So let me just make this crystal clear for the viewers, because I realize we're all over the place here. There is a lead group with your teammate James. There is a chase group. And then this perspective here with Sam is the second chase group. He's at the front of the second chase group. So with that said, Sam's going to try to salvage a result. Of course, first, you guys have put your faith into the lead group of 3, where your teammate James is currently smashing probably 200 or 300 meters up ahead. Now, Corey on Legion is really trying to get across. He's going to smash up this climb. But Sam's been sitting pretty. He's been sitting back. He's been saving energy these last few laps. That's why we haven't changed to his perspective. And he's going to send an absolute haymaker right over the top of Corey here. 1,450 watts. And he's going to say later, and he's just going to come past. And this is the way you want to do it, right? Corey's one of the strongest riders out there. He's really snappy. It's really easy for him to close a gap. But this late in a race, when Sam steps on it for 1,450 watts, he means business. And now he's solo, and he is flying down. He's got another 1,200 watts at the bottom of this little downhill, and he is motivated to get across to the first chase group. Again, he's not, technically he's chasing teammates, but he's solo, and he's just trying to stack as many guys into the top 15, which is where the payouts are. And he's trying to get himself up there solo as best as he can. But he's got very little time to do it, right? 800 meters to go. And you know Sam better than I, obviously. He's your teammate. What's his strength? Because it seems to me like sending corners and doing about a 1,200 meter effort is in his wheelhouse.
Sam is just an absolute dog. He can just put out a lot of watts. He sends the corners like no risk. This guy loves to send.
Dude, this last half a lap, even right now, I've already watched this footage. Already, I'm on the edge of my desk chair. I am like, this is exciting footage because he's going curb to curb, corner to corner, and he's doing 1,000 watts out of every corner. He's holding 600 watts over this climb. I'm sure he's going to rip this last corner faster than anybody. Let's see. Barely even touches brakes, and that's a terrifying corner.
How many 1,200 watt sprints did you count in that?
Here's another one right here. He's just holding 1,100 after all that work, 189 beats per minute. And what's crazy is he makes it. I wish he would have made it one corner before, because I wanted to see him come around these riders too, but they placed him at the same time, although that doesn't really matter because it's an Omnium event. He ended up getting, do you have his results handy?
He ended up getting 10th.
He ended up getting 10th. Teammate James ended up getting 2nd. Shout out to Richard Hollick from Cadence Skyline, who bridged to the lead group of 2, attacked through them, barely hung on for the win by about half a bike length, half a wheel rather. And that wraps stage 2 of Chicago Grit. Marshall, great having you on, man. I won't spoil anything, but you guys got to get subscribed. Exciting racing coming up. Shout out once again to Insta360 for sponsoring this video. They're currently having an end of the year sale, which is the first time they've ever lowered the price on the X5. So check out my link in the description. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.